So there's not too many runners out there that don't know what this shoe is. This is the original Pegasus Turbo. Why am I holding it up just before the Vomero 17 review? Well, you'll have to keep watching to find out. So the Vomero line has been Nike's premium neutral daily trainer for some time now. It's gone through many changes over the years, and this year is no exception. So the 17 gets a complete facelift. They've simplified things, so they removed the airbag and they've gone back to historically what has worked. So price wise in Australia, $240 or $160 in the US, and it comes in at a weight of 300 grams or 10.1 ounces in a men's size 9. Now with the price, as a premium daily trainer, this is priced quite low and it hasn't really jumped up with the other ones, even though Nike could. Very happy with the price here, 8 out of 10. And I know it's lost a little bit of weight from last year's version. It's still just over 10 ounces. That's why it's getting 7 out of 10. Right, so in the uppy here, we have got a engineered mesh. Well, it's a pretty thick engineered mesh. It actually feels like 2 layers. So this outer layer feels like the sort of harsh, robust mesh stuff, and on the inside it sort of feels like they've got this nice light foam, but breathability on the shoe could be better. Also the materials don't feel like super expensive. They just feel kind of standard. We've got some premium padding because it's their premium version of the daily trainer, so nice thick padding around the heel collar here. We've got a really padded tongue here, and they've got some padding that runs down the tongue itself, and that actually does a great job to take that laces pressure off. But onto the laces though, their lacing system here, they've sort of combined 2 lacing systems that Nike tend to use in their shoes. They've got some standard eyelets at the bottom, and then they've got these sort of strap things or loops that they go through, and that does a really good job just to hold that foot down. I've had no lockdown issues in this shoe. This shoe feels super locked down. What's interesting to note about this shoe, the shoe feels really built up around the heel collar and around this part of the shoe, so the foot feels really heavy and secure here, and then it sort of thins out and feels nice and light and sort of nimble towards the front of the shoe. The stepping comfort of this shoe is pretty nice, and I think it's got to do with this sock liner or this inner sole. So it's got this nice big plush inner sole there, so that's really nice. Fit wise, definitely true to size. Now the toe box is about right, so the toe box feels actually wider than the 1080 that I've just been testing, but it doesn't feel like it's as high, so it's got a little bit less volume, but it definitely feels like it's got more width. Toe box feels really nice to me. Lengthwise though, true to size. Overall though, it's a pretty solid upper. Not really many bells and whistles, a little bit of padding. It's pretty robust and it's going to do a great job. 8 out of 10. Right, so in the midsole here, we've got the dual density thing going on. So we've got their premium Zoom X on the top layer, and at the bottom layer, they've got their EVA, which is their Cushlon material. Stack height wise, we've got 39 in the back, 29 in the front, giving us a 10mm drop. Now in the geometry, there's not a significant rocker here or towards the front of the foot, so you're not going to feel like you're rocking forward at all, but it does have like a heel bevel or a rear rocker, so it's going to help that smooth process when you're coming through the heel. But yeah, just again, it's traditional geometry. You're not going to get a big rocket feeling with this. Where you get the forward propulsion feeling is actually the high drop, so the 10mm drop. So very traditional. And so how does all that ride? Well, this ride is growing on me. There's no doubt about that. It's getting better with every run. So I love here they haven't skimped out on the Zoom X, or they haven't put it in a core somewhere. They just haven't killed the feeling, so they've just put a proper slab of Zoom X on the top, and then that Cushlon as well. So you get that real Zoom X feeling that you would. So it's just enough of it so that you feel that nice soft sink, that bounce and that pop that you feel. And it actually just complements the Cushlon really well. So the blend of it is just spot on here. I think Nike have absolutely nailed these combinations of this midsole. And when else did Nike nail a dual density midsole combination? Yep, this one. So same sort of midsole concept as the OG Peg. So they put their Zoom X in here and also the EVA, and this shoe pretty much blew every runner off their feet. Obviously this one is not in that category. It's not going to be a fast shoe, but This one shares the same midsole concept, and guess what, Nike, it's a winner. So, and that results in just a soft, bouncy, and it's a pretty springy experience as well. So I'm not missing the rocker anymore in this shoe. That traditional geometry and that 10mm offset does the job of keeping the legs ticking over. So that one has surprised me, and that traditional geometry has definitely grown on me. It's a pretty stable shoe as well, and most of all, what I like about this shoe, the ride stays consistent. So it's pretty much the same from the start of your run to the end of your run. So I'm really happy that they've just simplified this midsole, copied something that works. Love the ride, 8.5 out of 10. So in the outsole here, we have got some fairly thick rubber coverage pretty much over the majority of the shoe. So obviously we've got a couple of little flex grooves there in the shoe, and obviously we've got a bit of a crevice here to help with that trampoline effect throughout the shoe. But this rubber, we've got those waffle lugs all over the shoe, and obviously that translates into some great grip. So great grip on the road. It did feel a little slappy on my first runs, but that's gone now, so that is a great thing. Where this shoe does come into its own, and where I think it is just amazing, are those like dirt roads and light trails. So this grip works well on that, and because there's lots of rubber coverage, it actually is quite stable on those surfaces as well. Durability wise, this thing is going great gun. So there's hardly any wear. So I've got a tiny bit here, tiny bit there, but overall, this is wearing, it's wearing down really, really slowly, so that's great signs. This is going to be a super durable shoe. Really, really great grip. Happy now with the outsole, 8 out of 10. So best shoes for me is definitely those Easy Miles. This one also is a great option for a long run shoe. And what's surprising about it, I've taken this one up to some quicker paces, and it's surprisingly, it goes there okay. It's obviously not a race day shoe or a speed shoe, but it could probably handle some tempo pace stuff. It can definitely handle some quicker type long runs. Where this shoe I think does come into its own is on those dirt roads and light trails. So this one, if you've got your runs on very varied surfaces, this one is a great option for that. And who is this shoe best for? So those people who like the traditional ride. So if you don't like the rocket effect, this one is going to suit you. So if you're a Pegasus lover, you're going to love this one. Okay, so other options out there, or some competition for this shoe. So your Nike Pegasus has also got some traditional geometry. That one's cheaper, made out of cheaper materials. It's not as soft as this shoe. Overall, this one's a better shoe than that one. Check out the Brooks Glycerin 21 as well. That's got a traditional geometry. It's got a nitro foam, so that one's going to have a little bit different feeling to that one. And last of all, I'm going to throw in the Puma Forever Run. So that one is, again, some pretty traditional geometry. It's a bit more of a stable ride, and again, it's got some nitro foam. But that one's worth checking out as well. Well done, Nike. You have finally got yourself a daily trainer to be proud of. So they've absolutely nailed the midsole here. So there's just enough softness, just enough springiness. It's at a great price point. It's very durable. This is the workhorse in the Nike lineup. Don't even bother with the Pegasus. This one wins hands down. It's a definite buy from me, and it's exactly what I look for in a daily trainer. Right, and that's just about it from me, guys. If you've got any questions relating to the Vomero, or you want me to expand on anything, drop them in the comments below and I'll get to those. Anyway, guys, again, thank you for watching. Make sure you give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this one with your running buddies, and we'll see you next time.